Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas here, being joined with Freddie Roach. And Freddie, first off, I want to talk to you a little bit about Miguel Cotto's last fight. I've told a lot of people, like, wow, what bad luck for that to happen in the fight, where it seemed at that point he started building momentum and he could have been on his way to potentially beating Saddam Ali. What'd you make of what happened and overall of the night, that being his last fight?
You know, I'm not mad at it. Well, he fought a good fight. I mean, the injury he didn't tell me about until the fight was over.
So wait, you had no idea?
No.
Wait, so he just kind of bluffed his way through the entire fight? Didn't even mention that his arm or bicep was all messed up?
No.
Did you have an inkling that something was wrong?
He told me my forearm sore, and I looked at his forearm, and I didn't go any further, and it looked fine. But then then later on I went to the bicep, and then I said, oh, geez. I said, it was terrible. I don't know how he finished the fight like that. It's a very painful injury from what I'm told. But he did well, you know, and it was a good promotion. You know, the tribute they did before the fight, the one they did after the fight, it was a good night to say goodbye. You know, I really, he's had a great career. He doesn't have to come back for anything now, and you know, he'll probably promote. I think we have 2 world champions right now, and I train both of them, so I'm very happy to be involved with it, with that. But I think that will keep him away from boxing. Maybe trying to make a comeback or something like that, because he'll be around boxing a lot as a promoter, I feel.
Did it bother him that he lost in his last fight? I would imagine any loss bothers you, but this was his last fight. How was he after?
I mean, we all wanted to go out with a win. I mean, that was not too many people get to do that, and most people retire after the fact. You know, but the thing is, but you know, he's had a great career, 17 years. He's done everything that he needs to do to prove. He doesn't need to prove anything to anybody. He saved his money. He has a nice family. He's going to spend more time with them, and you know, he's just a really nice guy and so forth. And I don't think we'll see him in the ring again, because I mean, this choice was set in stone, and he wants to spend more time with his family and be a better father or dad. You know, so I thought the night worked out fine. I mean, it was a great farewell. I would have liked to have won the fight, yes, but what are you gonna do?
It's just crazy to think that he went 5 more rounds with a ripped bicep, and then you see what happened in the LOMACHENKO-Rigondeaux fight, where he says that he broke his hand, and we find out that it was just a contusion. His hand wasn't broken, and he stops fighting. What do you make of all that?
When you see if my hand's broken and he's going like that, well, how can you move it? But you know, I was a little disappointed because you know, I did train him for a little while, and he's a friend of mine, and he promised me he would win that fight by knockout. But he was just in over his head a little bit. He's just too small and maybe a little bit too old, and I think it might be over. I think his career might be to an end. And
well, after that, there's been a lot of backlash because of that, you know?
I'm sure.
Because he talked so much on Twitter and made such a big deal on social media about the fight, and then that happens.
Doesn't show up, yeah. But you know, he was in there with a very talented guy, though. I mean, the guy is talented. He has you know, great hand speed, good foot speed. He's going to be tough to beat for anyone out there, and I look forward to seeing him fighting again. I think I'm a fan again.
I'm curious, Freddie. Did you ever fight with a broken hand at all? Or something close to that? Like, how, I just trying to get in, like, if he did, we know he didn't, but to kind of put myself, like, fighting with an injury, how bad it is.
It's bad. I tore my ligaments and tendon and broke the capsule in my right hand in the second round of the fight, and I won a 10-round decision. And like, fighting like that was really, really difficult, but I had to use it because the guy kept coming at me, and I couldn't just fight one-handed. I had to use both hands, and every time I hit that person, it hurt me more than it hurt him, I think, at that time. But you know, I was a young guy coming up at the time, and the winner was getting a world title fight, so I did everything I could to win that fight. I mean, I used it over and over again. I probably made it worse than it was, but that's the life of a fighter in my mind. But there's no quitting real fighters. I don't know. Yeah, that's why I say boxing's a little bit better than maybe UFC and so forth, because they're allowed to quit, and we're not. And we'll never, if we do quit once, we'll never be on TV again. I mean, his fights are a little bit boring to begin with, and then with him quitting,
that's a big, there's a lot of fans are super they don't even want to see Rigondeaux even mentioned anymore, because of that.
I think it might be over, yes.